Okay, so Hunter, who is one of our newest Supremos, said, just wanted to message to show my support. This is my first podcast I've ever listened to. I used to not like podcasts. I listen to this podcast at work and on the way home from work, and I think Jen is my favorite.
Thanks, Hunter.
Keep up the good work. Do I hear an echo?
Not anymore.
Okay.
It was operator error.
Okay.
Anything about me?
Danny, aka Moon, says, "Hey guys, I am so excited to be a new member of the Supreme Taco." She says, "I have been listening to your podcast for about 3 months now while I work on becoming a teacher."
Oh,
John, you
Bless
are
you.
so funny, and you always get me and my husband cracking up. We are dual military. My shot recommendation comes along with the story, which you may have already covered. The story is the murder of Junko Furuta.
we have.
Which we have done that, and I'm going to not say the surprise shot request because I will go pick up the ingredients.
Yeah, but I can always cover that again.
That was one of your favorites.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Was that the light bulb one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, that's how I remember that
Yeah.
one.
The light bulb and the hoo-ha, turning it on, and
Stop, that's all. That's enough.
she's looking at me like, what the
Yeah. That hurts. That hurts. And let me read you. Cheyenne sent us a message. Hey guys, I've been a listener for about a year now, and I'm absolutely obsessed. I've officially gone through every episode in reverse chronological order and had a moment in the car yesterday morning when I realized that y'all took off a lot of the earlier episodes of the podcast app, and I had nothing else to listen to from y'all. For real, I feel like y'all are my best friends, even though you don't know me. My boyfriend likes listening to y'all, even though he doesn't like true crime. Thank you guys for being my friends on my long commute. Sorry for not supporting y'all sooner. Y'all are the best.
Oh, thank you, Cheyenne.
Thanks, Cheyenne. I love these messages. They really make me feel better for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That's a beautiful name, too. I don't know if you've ever watched the Reba McEntire show.
Yes.
Her name was Cheyenne. Not Reba, but the
daughter.
The daughter, yeah.
Yeah, there was a trend on TikTok where people like were dressing up like Reba, and
love
they
Reba.
played
Oh,
they played the theme song. And there's this guy
Is
that
Reba
puts,
up there with the progressive lady for you?
Yeah, I've watched all the Reba episodes
that
in,
show.
loved Reba
in reverse chronological
You
order.
kind of remind me of
forwards and
Van.
backwards.
Do you remind me of Van a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Do I really?
In a good way.
I can see that.
Right?
He's a football player.
He was, yeah.
Or is that the dad, the
No,
ex-husband?
no.
Okay.
Van was
was.
Cheyenne's
Oh.
boyfriend, husband, whatever, baby daddy.
All right, you guys ready for... Oh, by the way, I told Jen's mom not to look at any of the pictures. These are really graphic. I will give you a trigger warning, but these are really graphic photos. I'm telling you, anyone listening right now, Supremos, or anyone in the future, these photos are bad.
Great. Good thing I'm 3.5 beers in. Niquiz, when your
Another
mom
beer?
came, she sat on the couch also. She didn't have a mic, correct?
Correct. And I believe she took a tequila
She
shot.
did. She took
Yeah.
a tequila shot. I almost poured tequila, but I wasn't. I was like, I'll just give her an easy
That was
one.
when my mom was on the tequila on the rocks drink. Lately,
Yes.
she's been on the dirty martini kick. So we'll see what happens when she comes like next time.
See,
and
my
what
mom's
drink
been
she's on.
drinking vodka lately.
I love me
Well,
some
she loves
vodka.
wine. Wine is her top choice, but her second choice, if there's no wine available, would be vodka.
I'm
Correct,
sorry
Mom?
we don't have the ranch water for you to try. I think we're all really gonna like it because you can kind of like a margarita, instead of salting the rim, put like chili lime on the bottle.
Oh, get tahine. You should get some tahine.
Yes.
That would be good.
I'm pumped about this ranch water. I was so game for having it today, but damn Teeter.
All right, welcome to Talk Murder to Me. My name is John. I'm sitting here with Jen and Nicole tonight. We got a lovely, lovely story for you guys. Before I get started, all the photos on this will be on talkmurder.com. You can go there and see the photos for yourself.
I have the hiccups.
These are very graphic photos, and I mean, they're going to be there if you want to see them. As somebody said on the Jeffrey Dahmer one, they went to is like, why did I click on this post? I'm like, well, it's Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, I'm going to put some like right there.
I mean, you could put those like things where you click on them.
I have tried to figure that out. I actually looked today if there was a software to do that. I couldn't find any where it blurs them out.
No, it's like you have to like acknowledge that you want to see
Yeah, it blurs them out, and
basically.
then yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I've been looking for one because I do need to do that.
Yeah, because not everybody wants to see death photos.
I know. I realize that now.
And can I just say, John, that I am just so proud of you, how far that, like, I'm serious. This is like no beer aside.
Even though she's like 7 beers in, no beers aside.
No, I'm only 3.5. Okay,
I just need another pan of paint.
But no, like the website has come so far in the blog, and you've just done an outstanding job. And when John says that he spends like his entire week doing this, like that's what he does, and he has made it into so much more than what it was. And I just want to say I'm so proud of you. So thank you
for making a murder website. Thank you.
Why do you have to minimize my compliment?
Okay.
Yeah, don't dismiss it. Take the compliment.
I know. My therapist yelled at me about that too.
Because when when you minimize someone's compliment,
everyone in the room is like,
because when you minimize someone's compliment, you make them feel bad. At least
accept the compliment.
Bad. Okay.
Because we are you've earned it. You've earned it.
Jesus.
Take a bow. Take a bow. It's true.
All right.
We all work our butts off. So
tonight we are going to Detroit,
Michigan.
Has anybody been to Detroit? If you have, I'm sorry.
My mom has.
If you have, I'm so happy you've got out alive.
Made it back.
I've been to the airport.
I got lost there. That is not a place you want your GPS to get you lost. Like, you can buy a house there for $400. I mean, it would have squatters and all kinds of needles that you have to watch out for. But
well, when I was driving down the back roads of South Carolina last week, there were a lot of abandoned little shacks on the roads, and I was like, "This is
great, right? That's where you bring your cousin, so your pawpaw doesn't find out."
It was definitely sketchy, and I was just like, how do I get to 95? Please just put me on the interstate.
Yeah, there's shitholes everywhere.
I mean, yeah,
let's be honest.
But I mean, like, I just felt like I was like about to enter like the movie Deliverance. Like,
well, yeah. She's like, wow, that's low.
You know, you're talking about my family, right? Because we're all from here. We're a bunch of hicks.
No, but it wasn't like easily. It was just like high. It was 2-lane. They said it was a highway. It wasn't a highway. It was a 2-lane road the entire time.
Where were you going?
Well, yeah, it's a highway.
I was on my way to Augusta.
Oh, yeah.
So it told me to take 78 the whole way, but I was like, no, I'm going to get on 95, and then I didn't realize that 95 didn't intersect with any of those roads.
You take 20 all the way down. You stop at the 44 truck stop right there by Big Bill's Fireworks. That's like right where I used to live. His brother owns the burger shop down there.
Big Bill's Burgers?
Well, it was busted for meth, I think.
Oh, okay. That all makes sense.
That's your drug of choice, too, when you're talking about how bad a place is.
Tonight, we're going to July 17th, 1982. Midnight-ish. There's a 911 call that comes in. And just to let you guys know, this one's pretty graphic. I'm titling it
A Night to Dismember.
A Night to Dismember. But if you're on Google, if you're a supporter, you can see it's on Google Earth. I'm pulling up the Google Earth. And here we are.
You have to show me how to do this for when I have my Lizzie Borden story
How
ready.
to get on Google Earth? Google.earth.com. I think. You never been on Google Earth?
But the whole like recording this.
Yeah.
I can
Thank you
show you how to
for
do that.
translating because
it's not like you're typing this now. You've already done this.
No, I'm doing it right now.
And you're like spinning it around and
all right, so we're
and there's a person walking there. Oh, and now we're going there. See?
This is actually a really nice
tree
part of Detroit. I mean, it's still a shithole, but I mean
it's not that bad.
I know, but like the places I've been to, like Detroit's bad. Like they have, I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of anybody from Detroit. And number two,
there's nice areas and bad areas like any other city.
Well, Detroit's weird.
That
like
reminds me of a street back in my hometown.
You have like 8 Mile, and then you across the intersection you have like multi-million-dollar
right. I'm
mansions.
saying that is common to have like really nice parts of cities and then really terrible parts of cities.
And then the people that are rich buy out the really not nice parts of the cities, and then they're kicked out, and then they have to go find somewhere else. It's a terrible cycle.
July 17th, 1982, the 19300 block of Woodbine in northwest Detroit. A woman frantically dials 911 with a crazy story to tell. Unbelievable story. She says, and her name is Janine Clark, 21 years old. She says that she was watching TV at her boyfriend's home, where I just showed you. Her boyfriend's name is Robert Beckowitz, not to be confused with David Berkowitz.
Son of Sam.
Robert Beckowitz is 33 years old. He is a biker who wore his hair long and in a ponytail. There's no photos of this guy other than what you're going to see.
Do you think he had a goatee or a handlebar mustache? You said biker, so it can only be one of the two.
You can tell me here in a little bit.
Oh, you have a picture of him?
Yeah.
After he's passed?
All right. Robert Beckowitz, 33 years old, and his girlfriend, Janine Clark, 21 years old. They're watching the Benny Hill show. What? What the fuck?
The Benny Hill theme song is literally the theme song to my life. Like, when you think of my life and how chaotic...
What is Benny Hill?
I don't know. It's like a... I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I never watched it.
Hold, please. Hold, please.
Is it Brit? I thought it was American. Is it British?
It's British.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is Benny Hill the guy, I guess? Benny Hill?
He's a comic.
Is that his real name?
Oh.
That's it? That's it for real? What? July 17th, 1982, at the house of Robert Beckowitz, 33 years old. They're watching the Benny Hill show, him and his girlfriend. A friend knocks on the door. That friend's name is James Edward Glover. He is 33 years old. He comes in, he's 37 years old. He comes in, and then she says, this is, because she's telling the cop what's happening. This happened 3 days ago. So it took her 3 days to call the police. You're going to find out why. This guy, James Edward Glover, knocks on the door. He's let in because he's a close friend. All of a sudden, this guy, Glover, goes to the bathroom. He comes back with a .45 caliber pistol. He puts said pistol to the back of her boyfriend's skull, and he pulls the trigger. She can't even say anything. It just happens so fast.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's his friend.
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
This is from the Detroit Free Press, 16th November 1982. All the sources are from the Detroit News Press, or the Detroit Free Press. Just because other papers, it's like, oh, it's Detroit. Well, you mean it's like covering the weather for them.
Wait, have we seen that clip where it's a guy talking about crimes and it literally is like a weather forecast? Have you seen that?
Yeah, we were.
This
was in.
Here, read that.
It was in the episode we did on the gang violence in Chicago.
Correct.
The one where you threw the penny off the thing.
That's not true.
According to the police, Beckowitz, 33, was shot in the head July 14th as he watched television with Glover and Clark. Beckowitz was then stabbed more than 80 times, police said.
All right. What happens now is extremely disturbing. And thanks to Jen's favorite app, TikTok, this story is again making its rounds as viral, even though it happened in 1982.
And guess what? We were alive for that.
You were alive in 1982?
He said 1992, I thought.
I said 1982.
Well, I wasn't alive for that.
These photos were leaked in the 80s, but TikTok, as I put in my notes, I didn't finish this sentence, but TikTok has just reached into the slimy bucket of humanity's worst. I don't know why I put that. Anyway, TikTok has brought these back. This is why the story is popular again. The next photos I'm going to show you are extremely graphic. Extremely graphic. So,
trigger warning.
I promise you do not want to see these photos. You do not want to see them. This is the home right here, just to get you acclimated. You can see.
Is that feet on the ottoman?
Oh no!
Oh, I was hoping you guys noticed the Benny Hill thing. Oh, I like that map they got though.
Yeah, you can buy those online on Amazon.
So this is the home right here.
Those are giant feet. Like, did they like?
They're just like chilling.
That's like Bigfoot.
Just the feet.
I have big feet, but I think those are bigger than my feet.
I mean, granted, this is now post-mortem, not when they were
looks
watching.
like it was photoshopped in there, but they were watching Benny Hill.
This is now after. Like, this is clearly a different show is on at this point.
Okay, well, the newspapers say Benny Hill, so.
Well, no, this is watching Benny Hill.
They were watching Benny Hill.
I thought that was Benny Hill.
The Family was on after Benny Hill.
Yeah,
what is On the Family?
It's a show.
It's a show.
I like that. I like Ray Romano.
Oh, Everybody Loves Raymond.
And then the Al Bundy one. I love that show.
Oh, Married with Children.
Yeah.
My gosh, I when I was young and I would always have to fall asleep with the TV on, now I have upgraded to just having Netflix on my phone. Thanks technology. But like the Love and Marriage, like the theme song for Married with Children would always scare me because it's Frank Sinatra's Love and Marriage, which is a great song. But then at the end, there's like a and it was just like startling. And I never liked it as a kid. So I don't know. I'm a little biased.
They're saying it's not All in the Family. It's Archie Bunker.
Oh, The Honeymooners. Isn't that The Honeymooners?
No, no.
On the screen.
The Honeymooners like, one of these days.
To the moon, Alice! To the moon, Alice!
I'm like, wow, is this domestic violence we're watching here? One of these days, Alice.
No, it's To the Moon, Alice.
Oh, I don't know. We used to watch it.
What's Archie Bunker?
Archie.
Oh, then that is All in the Family. See? That is Archie Bunker. You were right.
Official who saw the photographs called them, quote, as bad as any I've ever seen. I've seen pictures of shotgun blasts to the face or decomposing bodies, and these pictures are just as bad.
I'd say that foot is blue.
You sound like Dr. Seuss.
That foot is blue.
I do like green eggs and
does
ham.
not have a shoe.
Okay.
What should I do?
This man comes in to his friend's home, shoots his other friend, Robert Beckowitz, in the back of the skull, stabs him 83 times in the face, as you're going to see. They're like all face stabs. Now, this was 3 days ago, she's telling police. 3 days. Why did it take you so long to come forward? Well, through a 3-day period, he would make me stay in the home, and he actually borrows his parents', that's what it says, he borrows his parents' hacksaw, and he obviously gets the work. So that's what we're going to see now. These are pretty graphic.
Don't look, Mom.
Don't look.
Not looking.
Don't look, Mom.
Mom, look, no hands.
Oh.
This is
Oh, boy.
This is the stabbing. And you see the hacksaw down there.
He's naked.
I
They're
know.
both naked. Does he have a head tattoo, or is that just a weird pattern?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. He does, and when he went to court for this, he put a curly wig on to cover it up as a snake tattoo.
Mom, you should look at these pictures.
No, don't.
No.
I swear to God, if you do that, I'm gonna be so mad at you.
Okay, you can take them off the screen now.
No, we got like 5 more.
He's like literally the genie from Aladdin.
Well, he does. So this is when he was stabbing him. Obviously, he does complete the mission. Oh, shit.
Oh my God. His arm is purple.
Jen's mom's like, oh, that sounds bad.
She's not even looking at the photo. She's like, that sounds really terrible the way you guys are gasping.
Just like I say, oh, I don't like that. My mom was literally like, oh, that sounds bad. So now you know where I get it from.
Oh, man.
I told you, this is really bad. Okay.
Oh, man.
If you didn't hear my trigger warning before, then you're already screwed.
Remember the time when you like didn't give trigger warning? I was like, you need to give trigger warnings.
The show is called Talk Murder to Me.
You know what you're getting yourself into. Come on now.
Lauren says he's not naked. He had socks on.
Touche. The petite red-haired Clark, wearing blue jeans, a red jersey, and moccasins, sobbed and wept as she stood before Detroit District Judge Wendy Baxter and said she was prepared to stand trial on a charge of mutilating a corpse. Clark, speaking in a barely audible choked voice, said, "I'm all right," when Baxter asked whether she needed time to compose herself.
All right, this is where it gets bad.
Wait, where's the female? I'm confused.
No, she just...
The female called the police, and she said during a 3-day period after he killed my boyfriend, this guy, James Clark, made me help cut the body up. They found the body in trash bags into 14 pieces, which I don't even know how you cut a body up in 14 pieces. Like, that's a lot of pieces.
I have a
all the joints.
a really dumb question.
Okay. Well, you want to shoot it through Nicole first? And
Please, wait, are we...
No, we're not done with Dahmer. We're not done with Dahmer.
We're taking it into it.
Okay, I was like, how is this related to Jeffrey Dahmer? I was like, I don't understand.
So this woman, this red-haired Clark, petite woman, says that her boyfriend was shot in the back of the head, stabbed 83 times, and this man made her participate in cutting up his body. And not only that, he had a, quote, 3-day orgy with the body.
Oh.
And the associated body and the body parts.
I don't like that. I do not like that.
There are some pictures that are not available
That's good.
No, thank you.
I'm glad it's
set.
not available.
I would like to unsubscribe from that feed.
where Okay. Anyway, so
He's like, there are pictures that are unavailable, but I fixed to find them.
He found them. No, hopefully not.
all right, here's another picture. That is him putting that man's penis into his own mouth.
I thought that's what that was.
Oh, your mom's having PTSD over there. Jesus Christ.
Mom, if you need to leave the room, I totally understand.
We have earplugs.
Would you like to wear noise-canceling headphones?
And I don't think they get any worse. Maybe. Here, let me see what this one is. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it is a ponytail.
my God.
It is a ponytail, yeah.
I do not. I do not like that. That man is sucking on his own foot post-mortem. That I do not like.
Well,
Oh my
But the
God.
ponytail makes
I
it
need
even worse because he literally looks like the Aladdin genie.
I
Like,
told
he's
you he had a
blue.
ponytail.
No, you didn't before I asked.
I
You
said
didn't-
he had a ponytail.
You just said it 30 seconds ago. But like he literally,
Just-
the man is blue and he has a ponytail. He is the genie from Aladdin at this point.
God.
Like it's very sad, but that's what he has become.
Why would he put that foot in there like
Like,
that?
oh my gosh, guys.
He's disturbed.
Mom,
This
just
is
so you know,
bad.
if I ever die before you, don't put my hair in a bun when I'm buried so that I don't end up looking like the genie from Aladdin. Like I don't want that for anyone.
Wasn't that Will Smith was the genie, wasn't he?
Yeah, they CGI'd him blue.
Keep
He
my
lied when he
wife's
was
name.
out your fucking mouth. And Chris Rock recently said that he got slapped by the softest N word to rap.
It was a really girly slap. He's like,
When I saw
it was
that-
almost like a duel. I challenge you to a duel.
Except a duel back in Hamilton's days was involved a gun. It didn't
Yeah, but you
involve
had to
slap
challenge someone.
you
You would
remember
take
on
a
How
glove and smack them. That's how you challenge.
Do you remember How I Met Your Mother in a quiz? The slap bet?
Yes, absolutely.
I challenge you to a slap bet.
All right, we're almost done with this.
Thank God. Oh my God.
Okay, she's testifying in court. Well, actually, she was charged with mutilating a corpse.
She was charged with it even though she was not the main.
Yeah,
She was forced to
but
do
she
it.
was forced to do it.
I feel like that's not fair.
No,
but okay.
he was only charged with second-degree murder and mutilation of corpse. Why not necrophilia? Because he definitely did that.
Yeah.
Well, in Michigan, that's not really a crime. It's still it's still not a crime.
I'm sorry, what?
In fact,
My mom goes, ew.
it is in Michigan. It is not a crime to do necrophilia. It would fall under
Can we
the.
pull up a graph where it is not a crime? Like,
Actually, in an alarming amount of places, it's not. It's not because it's
considered mutilating a corpse
No, it's-
instead, or
It's not like when people hear that it's not a crime, they think, oh, what's wrong with them? It's because it's like so uncommon they never really recognized it, or maybe you know what I'm saying.
I see that, but also I
Sometimes-
feel like you should know that it's not okay to do that.
sometimes laws only exist
no.
and rules only exist until someone breaks them.
That's
and you
true.
have to create the law.
Jen, to answer your question, the reason we're doing this case and not the Jeffrey Dahmer case is because Dahmer is a necrophiliac, and I wanted to.
Cover necrophilia for Mother's Day?
Yeah, because no, I did that one story for Mother's Day. I wanted to go. All right. Did y'all know there's two types of necrophiliacs?
No.
No, I would assume there's just one kind. The fucked up kind.
No, there's a good kind.
No.
Yes, there is. There's a
No,
good kind.
There is not
There's a good kind and a bad kind?
No, it's a good. So
You can't have a good kind without having a bad kind. So I just want to know what.
They're both bad. They're
Yeah.
both bad.
in centuries and centuries ago in Europe, if a bride
Okay,
to be,
hang on. We're not going to say in centuries ago what they considered good and bad. I'm just not going to go.
Even today, it is still somewhat practiced, not having sex with a corpse. But recently, there was a French police officer that was killed during one of those terrorist acts a few weeks before he was to get married. And the president, he allowed this woman who was pregnant with that man's child, the police officer's child, to continue to get married to the dead police officer.
That's not necrophilia.
Yeah.
I know, but that practice, because I looked up the history of it, it spawns from the old kings and old queens during that time of the feudal system of practicing necrophilia. If your wife dies on the wedding day or before, you can still consummate the wedding back then. It was a thing. It was not looked up upon, but it was just, that's what it was.
So if I were to die 3 weeks before my wedding day and my future husband was like, oh yeah, we're still getting married.
It was almost a sign of respect.
Almost as bad as the video I just saw about a lady marrying a chandelier.
What?
Almost.
Well, I'm sure it really turned her on.
Nice.
That was good.
Good. Yeah, that was good.
Like, I mean...
But I looked up necrophilia, like a lot of it.
I hope you've scrubbed your search history.
To my future fiance, please do not consummate anything. If I die, I'm sorry, but I don't want you to do that to me.
But it's a sign of respect. It's like if your spouse dies,
I'm putting
and
my
then
wishes out to the public. I do not want it. Do not do that to me.
What about if your spouse dies right there with you, and then you kiss them and stuff after death? It's the same thing almost.
No, it is
it's not the same thing almost.
They're not waiting weeks.
No, because I am not. All right, a kiss on the forehead after you die, that's one thing. I'm not going to stick my tongue in my dead spouse's mouth and then like try to consummate a marriage. That's something totally different, and that is not okay.
All right.
This is such an interesting argument that we're having.
Let me just clear this one thing up.
There is no good that comes from necrophilia.
All right.
Things I never thought I would need to say.
In 2004, this is what I was talking about. Quote, dressed in a demure black suit, a 35-year-old French woman married her dead boyfriend Tuesday in an exchange of vows that required authorization from President Jacques Chirac. I don't know. I guess Jacques Chirac.
How? But I have a serious question.
Under French law, she became the bride in a ceremony. And I looked it up. That ceremony spawns from the earlier days where you could consummate the wedding, and it was standard practice if that person was to die before. Because you would die, I mean, you'd walk out and a horse would trample you, or you die of scurvy.
Flu.
Or the flu, Black Death, whatever. You just die.
And I wouldn't want anything to do with that. Like, why? If your fiance died of scurvy and you're gonna consummate, like, how? First of all,
Yeah, can't you catch that disease?
First of all, if you die of scurvy, number one, ew. Number two, this is probably something from a patriarchal stance, because as a woman, like, how does that work if you want to consummate that marriage with a man? Like, how does that?
It's a broomstick, Jen. We talked about this.
But the person is dead. Like, it's rigor mortis is set in, and it's like
I know.
Second of all, like, so the male is just go find something else to stick it in. Like, that's just
Jen,
gross.
you know your mom is sitting right behind you.
I'm not looking at my mom. She
I'm pretending
understands.
she's not here.
But I'm serious. Like, how does that work as a woman?
I don't think it does, because I don't think that was a right that probably a female had.
Correct.
Is what you're getting at, right?
Yes, that is what I am getting at.
It was only a man that if his bride died,
then
he
it's like,
would get the
let me
right
just
to do
go
it.
ahead to just
stick it in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Number two.
Down with the patriarchy.
Down with the patriarchy. Fuck the patriarchy. Number two.
I like the patriarchy.
Yeah, of course, because
sure
you
you
have
do.
a penis, so you would like the patriarchy. Number two, how do you...
Carl Tanzler. Yes, Natasha.
Yes, I remember that case. How do you exchange vows with a dead person?
Who says I do?
But
Not
it's a
you.
sign of respect. Just like I said.
You can't exchange anything. There's nothing there to exchange. It's
There's
like,
no putting on the ring.
She gets the
An
benefits.
exchange- okay.
He was a police officer. She gets all the benefits.
No. Here it is.
She was pregnant with his child.
Okay, I understand that, but
I mean,
exchange coming from a retail perspective, it's like,
Retail
this shirt
perspective.
does not fit. Let me go get another. I'm going to give you this, and you give me something back. That is an exchange. You cannot exchange vows with a corpse, because there is nothing to get back. So it's, I vow myself to you for eternity,
and the eternity is already there for this
there's
person.
nothing there left to exchange. So it's, instead of an exchange of vows,
hang on.
it is, I am going to vow myself to you. You don't get a chance to vow myself back.
I think in your example, the modern, where it was very kind that they were able to do that, so that she could get those benefits as the spouse.
But back in the day,
like that
they would.
idea, but you can't exchange vows. I'm just saying.
It was just looked at differently, you know. Anyway, all right. Where was I? So anyway, this woman testifies that James Clark not only dismembered her boyfriend, but made her as well participate in a 3-day sex and drug-filled orgy, which some of the pictures I'm not going to show you because they're not available is they were actually, I mean, you saw some pretty bad pictures, but there were some where they were using the actual body parts like on, you know, him or sticking them up him and stuff.
And in him.
In him, yeah. So, what do you guys think so far? Nothing? Okay.
Still I'm speechless? Yeah.
So, do you think she should get off?
Well, so like, I don't know this person's, like, was she really forced against her will to do this?
All right.
If she was like forced, gun to the head type thing to do it, then yeah, I do.
The prosecution said, okay, Miss Clark, 21 years old, you say that you were forced to do this. We also know that you were having an affair with this man, James Clark. Okay, we know that. Wait, James Glover. We know that you were having an affair with this man, James Glover. And not only that, we think you liked this. And we think you were perpetrating it. You were helping willingly. And in fact, some of your neighbors said they saw you leaving the house on multiple occasions, which means you could have got away. You're being held hostage. And you also have a receipt that we found from CVS or wherever that you actually bought some of the film roll to take some of the pictures. So can you explain that? And she's like, I will point out that she was also on parole at the time for bank robbery, but that doesn't really go in the story. Anyway, so she says, hell no, this guy was making me do this orgy, all this stuff. I didn't want to do it. And then the prosecution says, all right, well, can you please explain to the court what these photos are? I'm going to show you some more photos. You might not want to.
Great. Jesus Christ. My mom said, oh. Mom, just so you know, in the live chat, this is the topic of conversation. Wondering the looks Jen's mom is making right now. It would be hilarious to have Jen's mom cam to see her face.
Oh, my God.
And, I mean, she's smiling as... Oi, oi, oi. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. I do not like that.
Don't look. Don't look.
Don't look, Mom. Oh, no. He's still, like, is recently dead there because he's not blue. Like, this is... what is she putting there?
Why are they naked?
What is she putting there? No, that's a tattoo.
Is it?
On where? Her bush?
No.
Oh.
His arm.
Oh,
Excuse me, my mother is in the room.
Do you want me to rewind freaking 10 minutes ago?
That was the point.
Oh.
It's comedy.
Oh, my God.
So explain this one, Miss Clark.
You can't.
Oh, well, he made me do that. Well, did you have to like it? Because it looks like you're liking it right now.
Oh, boy.
She's 21 years old.
Why is she naked? Like, taking these photos.
Because they did a 3-day sex orgy with his body.
Why is she with old men?
Like, how do you get yourself? How do you find yourself in this situation?
Oh, God.
All right.
Okay, just move on, please. Really fast. Thanks.
Okay, no more pictures. I promise, no more pictures. That was it. So don't worry, that was it. I wouldn't. No more pictures. All right. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So after seeing those photos, I'm gonna say, yeah, she can get some charges for that.
Yeah,
definitely bodily mutilation. I mean, there's photographic evidence of her mutilating a body and smiling.
Yeah.
All right. So if you want to read this last thing for the podcast, just that's more from the Detroit Free Press.
The couple all allegedly photographed each other as they dismembered the body, engaged in various sexual acts with the corpse, and arranged Beckowitz's body parts in grotesque poses.
All right, and that's pretty much it. Obviously, they're both charged. Now, he was 37. He actually tried to be insane, tried to testify as he's legally insane. But no, he was just on drugs. I mean, it's Detroit. Like, what else is there to do? I mean, obviously, stuff. You know, a lot of drugs.
You can visit the Motown Museum.
A lot of what I found out, not from this case, but a lot of this. I'm not making a joke. This is complete for real. A lot of meth addicts and hardcore heroin addicts buy all those adult coloring books. Do you remember that documentary we watched? That woman was just sitting in her car doing the adult coloring books. They love it for some reason. It like calms them down when they're
cracked out.
It's crazy. That's why that trend. I mean, I guess it's why that trend is so powerful.
Adult coloring books are also meant to be calming for you if you're not on meth or other drugs.
Yeah, like if you're experiencing anxiety,
it's supposed to be very calming.
But I like children's coloring books better because the adult coloring books are hard.
You should do the color by numbers. Yeah. It'll teach you how to count without using your fingers.
No, it just teaches you how to recognize numbers. It doesn't teach you how to count.
All right, so James Glover, 37, found mentally competent, charged with second-degree murder and mutilating a corpse and using a firearm in the commission of a felony. He appeared nervous during court, obviously. He wore a curly wig over his head to cover a snake tattoo on his scalp. And he was actually, even before this, he is half disabled. I know you couldn't see it, but he has to walk with a cane. So, Janine Clark, 21. At the time, she was on parole for bank robbery. She was convicted of mutilating a corpse. She got 6 years. He's still in prison. And that's it. They found the body cut in 14 pieces, wrapped in garbage bags. And then when they arrested him, because here, the reason she called the cops is because after they came out of this drug trip they were on, she's like, shit, like this, I might get in trouble for this. I'm just gonna blame this guy, like, you know, you women always do, blaming all these guys.
Always the husband.
So she's like, this guy made me do it, but I mean, you bought the freaking film and you took pictures of you smiling. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, I think if they would have if she wouldn't have called the police, they probably even wouldn't have thought anything about it. If they would have just disposed of the body, you wouldn't even hear this case. But the reason this case is popular right now, and yet it is popular right now, just like a lot of the other cases, is because of TikTok. If it wasn't for TikTok, this case wouldn't have, you know.
Were they surfacing the pictures on?
Yeah, they're surfacing.
On it?
Yeah, they're doing this. There's another one that surfaced that I haven't done yet, Paris Lane. I don't know if you saw that. And it was like in the 90s. So some of the more graphic cases surface on TikTok. And I guess TikTok is so big. Like there's so many users on there. It will make these cases really popular.
TikTok is huge. And I'm not just saying that because that's how I spend my days.
And but it's scary because like these photos and stuff get on the feeds. Like that, a prime example is the Ronnie McNutt case. It's a very sad case. He was a veteran, combat veteran, Iraq. He was a podcaster. He was doing like a tech podcast. And the video is out there. He was on live stream. He was drinking. He was all in his head, yada, yada, yada. He takes a rifle and the video is fucking terrible. He shoots himself right through the mouth. And that video got on the recommended for you. And there were like freaking kids watching it. I mean, it's just like you can't control it. By the time they figure out, I mean, there's millions of people that done seen it. Yeah, it's just terrible, man.
I mean, that's tough if he's on a live and does it. But even it's hard for me to comprehend like what they would have allowed on here, because now TikTok is very sensitive about what you can and what you can't say on their app. Like, for example, if someone was to say, I'm going to kill myself, people can't say that anymore because you'll get banned and you'll get shut down. Now they have to say things like, I'm unalived. Like,
I'm what?
So-and-so threatened to unalive myself.
Unalive?
Yeah. And like you can't put specific content on there. I don't know how these pictures would be able to be approved on there.
They're not. I think there's so many people, and like these pictures right here were leaked in the 80s. This happened in 82. These pictures were leaked before the internet even started. The internet started, 95 or whatever, 93. Before the internet, these pictures were making its rounds, and then they first appeared on rotten.com. Remember rotten.com, like from the late 90s? It was the first gore site.
No, I only know Rotten Tomatoes.
And then no one has heard about it, but in the last few months everyone knows about this case, you know?
Well, that's
it's crazy. It's because of TikTok.
In TikTok especially, you know, you have content creators who want to be the next big thing, so they're gonna release sensational stories and sensational
like
stories.
Me. What the fuck?
No, but
I'm
I'm not
sitting
saying,
right here, yeah.
I'm not talking bad about you. Johnny Llama is legit. Like, go follow Johnny Llama. But like, for example, like they're gonna release sensitive information and sensitive photos, and I don't know what can and what can't be released without being blurred out. Or it's. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that this content is out there because of sensationalism. And that's just what TikTok is.
Yeah.
Natasha said she's heard about this case back then.
Dang.
In the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's that story. There's really not much to it. It wasn't really covered. I think it's because it was from Detroit. I hope you guys like that. The reason I did this story, to answer your question earlier, is because I really wanted to research the necrophilia thing, and from like a research perspective. And that's when I've learned that there are kind of like two types. So this was the bad type, obviously. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. The photos at talkmurder.com, they're really graphic. If you want to support us and watch the live streams and stuff like that, go talkmurder.com/join, become a supporter. That helps us out a lot. We release episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's all I have. So if you guys don't have anything, my name is John. I'm sitting here with Jen and Nicole, and until next time, good night, you lovely, lovely people.